So in the spirit of my last post and supposedly me coming out of this contraction, we'll see how long this lasts. Sometimes I'm like, I'm out of the contraction. And then I go back to like, don't see me, don't look at me. I'm going to hide behind regular Instagram pictures and captions that I can control. So anyways, for the second, I'm back. Hi. I want to talk about these two places that people are usually at that I work with. But first, I want to touch on, which I haven't touched on yet, this really awesome healing session I had with Conscious Dot Mother. So really amazing healing session with Drea, where I got to dive into the past couple months have been very like second chakra and throat chakra to me. Like really intense like vulnerability in my second chakra, and then I can tell there's a lot that wants to come out of my throat chakra. I'm just not quite sure what it is, or maybe it's happening right now, or exactly how to articulate it. It'll come whenever it comes. But I've always been this kind of person that is has one foot in two worlds that are seemingly contradictory to each other. So an example would be for business, like I connect the spiritual and the business, or like healing and the business world and like the practical business world. In my former life, I worked in politics, but was also a yoga teacher. So there are these places in my life, and I noticed this with the kind of people that I'm friends with and just kind of how I live my life. I act as a bridge between two worlds that wouldn't normally go together, and I kind of connect or pull people into the pieces of the other world that they're craving that aren't necessarily satisfied by the current world that they're in. So, and obviously in the work that I do, that is also happening. And I've been noticing these past, I mean, I don't even know about time anymore, whatever, 5D, Mercury retrograde, all these things. But I've been feeling like a really deep grief. And we talked about this in Rich's Fuck Regardless on Tuesday, one of my coaching groups. And this kind of collective feeling of we're safe now. Like we've made it to these places in our business that we've been fighting so hard to get to. But there's this grief that comes with it. And as we level up to different places in our business, there is a grief that comes too. And the way that I found in this healing session with Drea was that I am grieving how far back I will go to bring people forward. So as I level up in my business and as I, reach bigger goals, no more shit, have the capacity to hold space in different ways, I'm not able, like for me to be able to continue to help the people that I'm helping and do what I'm doing, I'm not able to go back as far if I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So like there comes a point where I'm actually like dimming myself down or holding myself back so I can go back to the people who are really close to my heart. It's like I used to help people quit their 9-to-5s and launch their own business. And now I'm shifting to this place where it's like I want to work with people who have established businesses in some way. It doesn't mean like they don't want to shift or pivot in a different way, but like I'm not down with doing the dance of like, I want to quit, I don't want to quit, I'm scared, like kind of tiptoeing around. And that work is so close to my heart because I was that girl. Like I fought so hard and it was so fucking scary for me to quit my 9-to-5 to jump into this other world. And I'm really passionate about, connecting with that part of myself and helping people who are in that place. But in order for me to expand and step into these, we're hitting like double 6 figures or multiple 6 figures and talking like higher level scaling a business strategy, I can't go back to that place and continue to grow in the way that I need to grow. So if you're on my newsletter list, I wrote like a longer email about this too. It's like, as we hit these bigger goals, there is like a grief that comes with the highs because it's kind of like a death of a part of yourself or a death of this defense mechanism or this, for me, it was like a girl who was so fierce and fighting to stick up for me and to have my back always when like everyone said I was crazy, everyone said don't do it, everyone said, you know, there's all these reasons why you shouldn't do it and you're not going to make it. And she finally gets to be in the back seat. But there's a part of me where I'm like, holy shit, like, you're my ride or die, and you can rest now. And it, like, makes me feel tender and a little bit sad. So I get to hold space for that. And at the same time, if I'm truly, like, going where I'm going, like, I have to step away from the people who other people can help, which I would say the people I'm empowering to help now can help people who are like a little bit further back on the path. So if you're looking for an amazing healing session, hit up at conscious.mother. She's amazing. So now I'm going to shift gears to talk about these kind of two places you can come from, or two places people tend to be in when they step into their work with me. And one of those places is where you have like the practical business side down. So you have like practical strategy, like clients are coming in, like you understand what a funnel is or how to get clients. But the problem is that you're not happy. You don't feel like you're enough. You struggle with drawing boundaries. You struggle with raising your prices or seeing the value of the work that you do. And or you're making money, but you can't seem to hang on to it. So I would see that as sort of missing like the emotional piece, or more of like a holistic perspective of how to bring yourself into your business. And then on the other hand, there are women I work with that have the emotional piece down. Like they've got the healing part down. They know how to do their job. They know that what they're passionate about doing. They're just kind of all over the place. There's a bunch of different offers. They might have definitely some overgiving and under-receiving with their clients. They get kind of sucked into their clients' world, and again, struggle with boundaries or kind of identifying the places where, you know, some really practical boundaries could come in and pricing strategy could come in, and then just how to turn it into an actual business where we're not being run by our clients, but rather we're running our business. So the reason why I think this is important is because I see a shit ton of practical strategy. I see a shit ton of like mindset, emotional work, which is really powerful and important. But I see a huge gap when people only do one. So like you can't just do business strategy. You're going to end up with like a bro-y business that doesn't feel like you. And you can't just do the emotional piece and like, you know, have your crystals and your candles and then just like sit there and wait for something to happen and just like pray and meditate and manifest. That's important, but it can't just be that. So it's this beautiful combination of practical, tried and true business strategy that fits you. It doesn't have to be anyone else's strategy, and there's no way you have to do things. And then also accountability in like your spiritual practice, your emotional accountability, and mindset that both will make this beautiful like cocoon of what feels like you, like clients that are excited to work with you, money that feels good to make, work that you're proud of, and getting to be free in your business instead of being run by it. So those are my thoughts for today. If you are interested, if you've been like lurking around my newsletter, my Instagram posts, I invite you to come to thebusinesswitch.co and schedule a discovery call. I am going to only open 2 more spots for either one of my programs for the rest of the year. And then I'm going to be switching up some pricing and some of my offerings. So if you've been lurking and you don't want to wait till January 1st to like hit the ground running, and you'd rather like already have everything in place for the new year, because like fuck 2020 and like 2021 was okay, but like I'm ready for something different, and I think you are too. So if any of that resonates, come on over to my website and schedule a free call. And reminder that none of this shit is linear, and that if you're feeling a little bit sad, even though you're doing really well, that's totally normal. All right. See you soon.